Hey, what's up you guys? Shartimus Prime here, doing my first review on a Spearow action figure. We have the Spearow Toys 7-inch scale Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Primal Series, Kali and his Conquest armor, plus the weapon set. Gotta give a big thanks to Spearow for hooking it up with these review samples. I did back this Kickstarter, so I'm expecting my Pale figure to show up anytime now. If you want to see the latest from Spearow, you can check them out, link in the description below. Anyway, the packaging looks really good for both of these. I do like how we have this pattern on one side, and on the other side you can see a nice image of Kali, and they hooked me up with some comics. By the way, the comics are great. Love the writing, love the artwork, looks fantastic. On the back, you can see a read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Kali is the villain or the protagonist or antagonist in the story, not the protagonist. He's the antagonist. Then you can see these other characters right over here on the back of the packaging as well. You can see Pale all the way to the left. Not much more on the top. You get a Spearow logo as well as a warning, and not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack these things open. But first, if you're trying to get your Spearow toys, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Kali out of the packaging, and I must say I am impressed. I really like this figure a lot. The gold paint looks stunning, and we got some really good articulation going on with this figure as well. So let's get a closer look at the accessories. We do get a whole bunch of accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So here's all the accessories that come with Kali, and we'll take a closer look at the deluxe pack accessories in a moment. But we do get a relaxed wide open hand, we do get weapon holding hands and fisted hands. I am very satisfied with these complete 3 sets of hands. Hasbro, take note, man. Looking at these weapons right over here, you can see that these blades look awesome. I really like all the little indentations and everything in the sculpt right over here. We have some very bright, shiny gold paint on them. Then we have the matte grayish blue color right over here for the handle, so that looks really good. And you get 2 of these. I think they're just sculpted wonderfully. They look awesome. And then you have his one gun right over here, looking really good as well. I really like that. And then if you want, oh, it looks like you can't port anything in there, but I still think it looks very cool. As far as the weapon grabbing hands, and all the hands, I recommend maybe heating them up a little bit if you have a hard time popping them off and on. But yeah, you can see that they kind of have a trigger finger sticking out right over here. It works out really well for both the gun holding hands and those bladed weapons. So you can go ahead and just squeeze the gun in right over here and get the finger around the trigger like that. So that looks really good. Or if you just want him just holding one of these, you can also do that too. Very easy to get him holding his weapons, and I really like that a lot. Very, very cool. One thing I will mention though is it would be nice to have more of a horizontal hinge on these instead of the vertical hinge, but I still had a lot of fun with these. Then here's everything that comes with the accessories pack. You can see we get these swords again, or blades anyway, just different paint. I really like this metallic blue. You get these 2 different kinds of knives or blades. Blades is a fair enough word to use, right? Accurate enough. Really like the sculpted detail on these. They look really good. And then you can see this one right over here. Also looks dope. Paint apps look great as well. You get 2 shields. Both of them look fantastic. Man, really nice shiny paint apps throughout. Then you can take this off and put it on either side if you wish. Then you have this one right here. I guess this is more for like the cat-like people. That looks really dope as well. And then you could go ahead and remove this right here if you'd like. You could also store these on the back of Kali if you want to. So you have these separate pegs that go into the back of the shield and go into the back of the figure. He does have a hole right over here on the back, which you can see right over there underneath there. And then you can see we get this big old club mace piece right here looking awesome. Really like that. I love how all of them have like this nice wear cast iron look to them. Looks sick. Then you have this blam blam gun right over here looking awesome as well. A lot of awesome, right? Yeah, I know words like awesome. So here's looking at the Kali head sculpt, and I love how the paint apps came out for those eyes. Jeez, that's a scary stare, especially if you tilt the head downward a little bit. I like how he's kind of looking up through the brow. That looks dope. I love the subtle details in the face sculpt. The hair sculpt is really good throughout on this too. I like that, and they left some space right here so it allows for articulation, so that makes me happy to see. And the gold, oh my goodness, the gold looks great. We don't have pinless tech right here, but it still blends in together really nicely, and I like how it's not like a random gold pin right over there, so at least they're smart about that. And you can see all kinds of details in here, just looking fantastic. You might get a little bit of paint chipping in some of the hinges right over here, but you know what? It's a small price to pay for having that awesome gold paint. And you can see some of the hair on the hands right there. Fingernails all look good on the different hands. And they all have vertical hinges, as I mentioned earlier. I love this matte grayish blue color right here. I think that looks really sick in contrast with the bright shiny gold. And I like how there's all kinds of little ribbed details throughout here and there. Bend this back, you can see the paint still goes up. And then same thing on the back side. You have the paint going all the way through still, so there's no weird gaps or anything like that. Looking really good. Nice paint right here on the back of it. The armor just looks so sick. These pieces are really awesome so they don't hinder articulation. If you leave the legs splayed out for a long period of time, they will kind of hang out there for a little bit, but with some heat and time, they'll just go back into place. Like this little detail right here with the little purple underneath. He does have a cape right here with some purple on the inside of it. I like how it's a small cape, so it's not taking up too much space or anything or getting in the way of the figure. And then you have this really cool ribbed cybernetic kind of pattern right over here with these metallic blue legs. Really like that a lot. Looks really good, man. Yeah, a lot of articulation on this figure. All these little details, these little picked out pins and stuff, or buttons anyway. Really nice design too. Man, everything's filled out looking sick. Then these are soft and rubbery, but still firm enough to where it doesn't feel like they're going to snap off. Same thing with these little hinge pieces, right? Or they're not hinged, but they're soft material right here above the ankle, so you can get all that ankle articulation that you need. And you can see those simian patas right over there, and then you do have peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Well, I'd swapped out the hands. This sleeve right over here had come off. I just put it right back on there, though, and I like that you can swap that out if you'd like to, so that's very cool. It's made out of a soft material, but you do get really good articulation with this figure. You have a neck hinge in there, so you can get the head to look up that far, and you can get the head to look downward. There's also a neck joint in there, so you get the head and neck joints. You can turn the head side to side, and you do have some great head pivoting in here. You have butterfly joints, which I really like. Shoulders will move outward on that side, only that far, but this side you can get them to look up or move up just a little bit further just due to this shoulder pad, which, by the way, looks really badass. I really like that. And you have a bicep swivel in here. Then you have the double jointed elbows, and then all the wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. You have a good ab crunch forward and ab crunch back. You also get a waist swivel right here with some waist pivoting right there, and you can move forward and back at the waist. So with both joints, he'll move forward very far, and with both joints, he'll move back very far. You have hips that move outward very far as well, and he can kick forward, can move back, upper thigh cut. We have the double jointed knees, then the ankles do move down, they do move up a bit, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. And measure out this Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figure, you can see that it is standing at about 7 inches tall. Then I get some size comparisons in here from other lines. This is my first Spiro Toys figure, but you can see him next to some Four Horsemen figures, and yeah, it looks pretty good next to the Pharaoh right here and the Mythic Legion's Not Stratos. And then here's Kali next to a couple other independent toy company figures. We have the Nacelle Roboforce Max 89, and then we have one of the Plunderlings right over there from Lonely Coconut. And speaking of independent, I do have a Rubio here from Unparalleled Universe. I just want to see how that would fit on this body, just to get an idea. And it doesn't port on perfectly. I need some sticky tack, but yeah, if you have one of these Odious heads or a Rubio head, you can fit that on there and maybe use some sticky tack to make it more stable, but I think that scales okay. Then here's Kali next to some figures from more well-known figure lines. We have the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Mr. Freeze, and then we have the animated Spider-Man. By the way, big thanks to who left that comment, or whoever it was that left that comment, that you can remove this Ice Blast effect from the nozzle over here. It was tricky. I did need to heat it up quite a bit. So yeah, and I did not see Toy Shiz's review until afterwards because I don't watch reviews on products that I haven't reviewed yet. I don't want my reviews to get tainted by others, whether it's for better or worse. And this time for the worst, because yeah, I would have liked to have known that before I posted the video. But hey, yeah, I gotta keep my reviews fresh and untainted. And then here's Kali. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, that's a lot of gold! Oh, hey man, hey, I'm a little short on money. You think you could, spare some gold? Give me a few bucks to get a new paint job or something, huh? What do you think? Just maybe this thing right over... Ah! So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by hitting that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Clicking the things does go a long way, so I really do appreciate it when you guys show your love for the content. a lot of time put into these things, so I do appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And thanks again, Spiro Toys, for hooking it up with this sample. I had a great time with Kali. Really good looking figure. I've been watching the progress of this campaign or the project grow and do better and better, and seeing all the images and having one in hand right over here. I did see some models over at PowerCon last year, so getting an actual sample in hand is just really awesome to have, and the posability is just fantastic. I really like it a lot. May have gotten just a little bit of rub in the shoulders, but that's really my biggest gripe with this. Like, I really like posing it around, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I think the scale works pretty good too. It lands somewhere in between McFarlane Toys and Marvel Legends in my eyes, and I think that's pretty sweet, especially for, you know, these ape-like human creatures, which were more humanoid and then turned into this. If you read the story, really good comic. I really like the comic books a lot, so definitely check it out, and I'll put a link in the description below. But yeah, these I think are fairly priced. You know, they cost at around $35, and you're getting all those accessories, and the figures are dope, man. So at that price point, I'm giving Kali a Sud rating of...
I love it!
And I'd like to know what you guys think. I also really like the weapons pack as well, so yeah, definitely pick that up if you are interested. But I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in action figure news, you can find it all over at toynewsguy.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on Whatnot. We're giving away a Robosen Optimus Prime. Yeah, I can't believe it so much I can't speak. Yeah, but Robosen Optimus Prime giveaway next Thursday on Whatnot. And if not, I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
But you do get really good articulation. Hey, new Optimus Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Rashad,